basically, the premise is that it's a newsroom that's trying to drop allegiance with money and big power and to report just the news, because obviously there's a corporate effect on NBC, MSNBC, CNN, Fox. They all have the corporate effect. So Aaron Sorkin is postulating, okay, what if we took that away? What if we took, there was sort of a vacuum in effect of political advertising, of political interest groups, rather, not advertising. But it's connected with advertising too, and support. So what I'm trying to say is that the show sets up this hypothetical. Okay, we don't care about if the Koch brothers drop us, if we don't care about if the coal lobby drops us, if the automobile industry drops us. We're going to do the stories that make sense. So we do a story on a car that gets 100 miles a gallon, and General Motors calls us up and says, well, this is way out of line, we're not going to support you, you guys know how to play the game, whatever. So Sorkin's got his finger on something very interesting. How is news objectivity tinged by how is the objectivity of news tainted by advertising and special interests? Okay, so there's the premise, and then they take some risks on some fairly combative interviews. For example, there was one with an aide to one of the Republican candidates who was gay, but who supported the candidate who was anti-gay. So he tried to get this person to say, okay, why would you work for him then? Why would you even bother to work for him if he stands for everything against what you stand for? It's bold news. It's a direction we need to go in, but it needs to be done delicately. It's bold. So I like the boldness. I like the fact that the funny thing is that HBO has sponsors to answer to too, so they can't go too far either. So this hypothetical news in a vacuum idea can't even go to its extreme on the show. To go to extreme would be to take an anti-war stance, an extreme anti-war stance, or siding with a pacifist group against U.S. military intentions, that kind of thing. That would be radical, or radical environmental stances that would agree with Greenpeace or something. They won't even touch that, but they probably will hit on some of the well-worn controversies like abortion and euthanasia and special interest money, the hypocrisy of the Tea Party, hypocrisy of them having compassion for the little guy, that kind of thing. So they'll hit on these things. They won't hit major jugulars because, of course, the HBO show could be canceled. That'd be the ironic irony. That would be the ironic irony. There's a repetition. So I think that it's a brave show, and I'm willing to follow it to its logical conclusion, to see where it ends up, to see how many feathers that it does ruffle. I'm sure that Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity are very angered by this kind of thing, because it's their power at stake here. And when you tempt the bully's power, you got World War III on your hands. So it'd be interesting. So okay, The Newsroom, watch it. It's on HBO. It's a great show. And over and out from the Upside Down guy.